Hello, beautiful Aries. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here, this is Divine Light, and I'm so happy you have joined me here today. In this reading, we will be exploring what messages you urgently need to hear. We will also pull some inspirations from the autumn equinox, which just passed recently. However, it's still the effects are right there. We can feel it. This is a time to honor your harvest, express gratitude for the fruits of your hard labor, and also set new intentions for the future produce products, the things that you want to achieve. We're going to start out with the coffee cup, then we're going to move on to tarot. We're going to have a special spread for this timeline. And by the way, if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And subscription is the free way and the best way to support the channel if you would like to give some support, okay? By the way, if you're interested in private readings, I have my email address in the description box. You can go ahead and check that one out and send me an email. I will come back to you, reply back to you right away. All right, let's go and start and see what's happening for you. Okay. There's a heavy energy and heavy emotional energy. This is something that you're leaving behind. Basically, that's the energy of that, because the cup is really clean, meaning like if you had anything holding you back, any burdens, any concerns about a certain subject, which I see here, like a cane or maybe even a snake. Snakes usually, like, it's not very visible, but you can see the shadow of it. Snake can represent health or transformation, rebirth, shedding the old skin. So that might be the situation here. Maybe you're going through a transition time now, and the fall time is to drop the old leaves. The old leaves can be the people weighing you down, circumstances and situations that are actually like maybe making you angry, or putting you in the position of concern, because there's some people, they're called toxic nowadays. They call them toxic, but their energy is they're like grow up in the negative environment and they keep going negatively into the things. Like if they make money, they spend it all right away, and when they need money for something, they're always in need. Like in job, when they get a promotion, it doesn't satisfy them. They cannot feel gratitude. They just want to go for another thing right away. Like they cannot be content with in their energy. So it seems like here this fall time, this equinox time is actually going to help you shed that. If that you have that kind of like a surroundings, and that's why the tears of joy I feel like coming in maybe within 3-4 months or so, the third month, or the can be timeline was third week coming forward, because you're letting this go. If this is a person maybe forcing you to compete all the time, you're letting it go. You're releasing yourself from this burden of that person. That's why as soon as you decide, I feel like the pathway is opening. By the way, we are stepping into the Libra timeline, and I see the symbol of Libra right here. This is the symbol that I am seeing. I lost my dice. I had a dice here. One of my cats stole it probably when I was sleeping. So we have this for the symbol. And so it seems like when I see cat, I see cat face appearing right there. This kind of looks like a San Bernard, the helper dog. The Libra is a balance. So it seems like there's a pathway opening for you. This can be travel. This can be maybe you're traveling at this moment, going back home. When you get there, perfect balance is waiting for you. And what's fair, this can be at work. That's something that is fair happening for you. This can be with your relationships. What's actually your heart's desire is, what your karma is, what you good put out there is coming back to you. And right next to it, the Saint Bernard is, like I said, it's a saver's dog. I believe they use them in the mountains. They carry like some drinks, and also they're strong. They are resilient when it comes to cold weather. Maybe some of you are going towards a cold weather, or an environment that are going to be stepping in is going to have that cold aura. The thing is though, there's a helper right next to you, and you're not feeling the cold weather. You're just experiencing that beautiful mountains, the mountain peak. You can take it as in the literal sense. Maybe you're planning to go to maybe for the Christmas or before that to the mountains, enjoy yourself. However, this can also be symbolizing actually the peak of your work, whatever that you're performing at this time. And that peak, sometimes the peaks actually feel really cold. You're all by yourself. You don't really have the past friends that you have there. Maybe they're not really going to be able to reach your level. They don't really have your skills to be reaching there. That's why I feel like initially it can feel cold up there. But Saint Bernard here, the dog, is actually is a very strong, powerful character that will be supporting you, okay? Some of you, either you're leaving or somebody here coming towards you with 2 luggage right there. You can see the bags that they're carrying and they're wearing a hat. The face, when I get closer, kind of looks like a letter B, like Bethany or Abraham, can mean their first name or the last name. And the 2 bags they're carrying can be the luggages, the gifts that they're bringing to you. I see a letter V right next to it. For some of you, I'm feeling now, if you have been waiting for a visa or a working permit or a permit that will help you to go to a different country, a different place, or maybe a different state, and this can be maybe a lease that you're waiting for, or a new job opportunity you're waiting for, an approval to come from a company. It seems like here you're packing up and going. That's your victory, okay? And for some of you, maybe this can be where you are upgrading your status, okay? It doesn't mean that you're changing departments, changing homes. It means that there is a change going to happen here. This can be even someone coming towards you. I mentioned bringing you 2 massive bags and they're filled with gifts for you, okay? And it seems like here, this is going to help you take a break from all that drama, all that stressful stuff happening on the background, or maybe all the work that you have put into something. This is going to actually give you time for relaxation and vacation. I see that the time like this here clearing out, the clouds are clearing out, and in your heart there's a dog right here playing playfully. So your companion, maybe also the one that is supporting you, going to have time to kick back, relax, have some time for themselves too, and maybe you're going to enjoy each other's company together. Another thing I see, this can take a while, maybe like a week or so. It's a long break that you're going to take, and that's also, like I said, the autumn equinox have the energy of resting and also setting new intentions. That can give you, after you accomplish one thing, feel gratitude for that, and also create maybe a list of the desires that you want to accomplish. That's why, like, you're not going to wait too long. You're going to climb up to a new adventure right away. I say climb up to because I see the hill right here. You're on top of that. You have your wand in your hand, which you're a fire sign, which is represented by wand's energy, fire energy. The thing is, though, who we see on the cliff is the Fool. And Fool has been through one adventure already, and he's setting off to a new one. We have the Fool right here. Okay, you see the cliff? The cliff looks similar to me, and the dog right here behind him. So you're going to have a loyal companion with you. But here, the tattered sleeves right here actually represents that the Fool has been through the adventure, this journey already. Like, you're not really going to be a new beginner on this new journey you're stepping in. But this is going to be something. I see there's a bear even lifting the cliff up here, that you will get support from a strong authority. The bear can be symbolizing someone wealthy, abundant, resourceful, strong, powerful, and authoritative, maybe managing multiple people at the same time. But also they'll have an idea. Maybe they have an idea of opening up a new department in a company, and you're the one who knows, who has the knowledge. You're the one who has the experience about that subject, and you're gonna be actually starting a new journey in that space. Okay, I see that another thing here. There's this is a kind of looks like a snake, forms a letter S. Can mean there's a snake S right here too. Can mean someone's first name or the last name. Another thing I felt like here, there are 3 tentacles. Maybe it's like an octopus, but they have 8 arms. This one maybe lost some arms. This can be someone who had a lot of reach for some time, but now this person is losing their reach, but still they have some connections. This can be a friend, or this can be someone maybe in the industry that you're in or in your environment. Maybe you want to hire a contractor. This can be someone like they had connections, but now they don't have much. They might be wanting a chance from you. I don't feel like, because this person is falling down. You see, like they're looking like they're standing up, but somebody's falling down here, losing their balance. You see their arms are actually losing the grip of the situation. So if that's the case, if you're trying to hire someone or you want to work with somebody, this might require some research. Okay, maybe look up online, research this person, call upon, if they're in an association, call them up, ask if this person has good rapport, like, or reports. Maybe even like if you can, I don't know if this is like something available, do a background check. Maybe it's not in the legal sense, but you can go on the Google and like look into forums, because there are a lot of comments about people all around the world now. So I see there's another here. You're gonna actually put a pause on that one before you start that. But I see here there's a duck right here. The duck has 2 babies under her arm. And looks like number 4. Number 4 is knowledge, one of them. Something, that knowledge that you're collecting to make a desire happen here. This seems like it has some time. Maybe during the time of the end of the year, you are going to start to feed this project, okay? Mentally first, emotionally and mentally first, and then the physical support is coming from, there is a masculine figure above you. Kind of looks like a little aggressive person, but he has 2 horses and galloping towards a new future. I said he, but this can be a masculine female. Okay, someone who gets things done. And the horses, the chariot popped in my mind. This can be a Cancer who is actually, through discipline and perseverance, they really make things happen. They know how to make things happen. Seems like here their energy is going to give you the fire, the movement. They might know how to take care of things. They might know the action points. Maybe you know the spiritual aspects of things, the creative ideas of this project. You have it. They have the what to do in that situation. You're standing on a chunk of money, so this project might even bring some material satisfaction at the end of the day, but there is a partnership, like I feel here, so you might have to share some part of it with this person. Okay, let's dive into your tosser now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. There's a person, masculine figure with an angel wings. I see number 3 on his back. This person has creative ideas, optimistic. 3, this like right there, this disappeared. Now I see 2 horns on top of the head, tears of joy coming forward. I know when I just flip it, very many things are happening, so I want to describe all of it. But let's go slowly. The Taurus is an authority figure. Okay, Taurus tend to be someone who's stubborn. They're really slow to move. It's hard to change their mind. But Taurus can be really obedient to Aries. Okay, if you are like on the same page, or they have some sort of like an affection towards you, they can be highly obedient to your energy. That's why this person is showing up during the end of the timeline, and their head kind of turned into a horse head. So you might have something they desire. On top of that, they might have something you desire. Okay, your desire coming slowly. It even has a tears of joy. This is like something which has a little longer than you're anticipating. However, it is going to bring a lot of joy and happiness. So it is about the question, asking the question, is it going to, if it comes in 2 months later, is it going to worth it or not? And if it's going to be worth it either way, so waiting for it patiently is going to accelerate the progress I see here. Another thing with the Taurus energy, bull energy, this can be a partner, maybe even a life partner coming into your life. And this person has like some like a respect to you, maybe even a good friend, a soulmate coming forward as a soulmate showing up. They have respect to you. but I feel like this person is craving stability. That's why they're stubborn about certain things. Okay, maybe certain selections, certain desires, certain tastes. Maybe they like their coffee with milk and 2 sugar. That kind of maybe like rules that they have for themselves. And it seems like they might ask that kind of like your respect and understanding about those little things. But when you do, they're standing very strong like a wall next to you and supporting you, and maybe in front of you to protect you from when I feel like you're going to become visible because you're standing here on the cliff and there are many people staring at you. Maybe some of you may be performing something, and this person is going to be there to protect you. Okay, maybe financially protect you or emotionally protect you, physically protect you. It can be any of those. Now I'm going to dive into your tarot. First, we're going to start with what have you planted that will be ready to harvest this season. Then we're going to look further into your questions, the other questions that I have prepared. Let's see what's happening, Aries, for you this season. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It seems like your life experiences, everything that you have experienced, everything that you have learned as an information, knowledge, or even like experience, basically, is going to be beneficial for you during this harvest season. Okay. Now, what can you do to ensure your most bountiful harvest? Four of Swords is resting. Not everybody, but some signs got the same this. I don't remember it right now, but exact same spot. This indicates that Four of Swords, like there are 4 swords we see in the picture. One of them is laying down under the warrior. Warrior is resting because one situation is already handled. There are 3 things that needs to be handled. But before, in order to see the answer or make a move, you need to rest. You need to lay down. You need to meditate. You need to calm your mind. Like there is a saying that you cannot find the solution through the mind that creates the problem. And another thing I heard today from a British comedian, I forgot his name, but he heard it from somewhere else too. And he says that nothing is a problem. You know, everybody, like think of everything coming your way is something to resolve, something to that requires attention. Exactly what he said. That requires attention. And maybe you have 3 things that requires your attention right now, but with a scattered mind, you're not going to be able to fully attend to them. As soon as you start paying attention to them, the problem starts to disappear. So if you have 3 other things right this moment, in order for you to ensure the most beautiful harvest, bountiful harvest, you need to first calm your mind and then attend to those things. Okay, let's see another thing here. What changes should you be preparing for? Love coming for some of you. And if this is about work, this is something that you will really emotionally fulfilling you first. And the second is there's an equal exchange. What you put out is what you get back. It's not going to be like you're going to work overtime and not get paid for it. It's going to be an equal exchange. Everything you put out there is going to come back to you multiplied in this exchange. This can be a relationship. Maybe for a long time that you didn't really find a soul match to yourself. You gave too much but didn't receive. This is not it. 2 of Cups energy is receiving what you put out there is what you're going to come back to you. Okay, it's going to be a balanced, strong, stable energy exchange. And also the Cups is emotional satisfaction. That's what's going to be there too. Okay, and let's see what must you shed in order to preserve your energy? We have here the Tower. Are you having some destructive moments, maybe mentally, or maybe some destructive moments are already happening around you, surrounding you, and your focus is on them? This can be some things, the people actually crumbling down in front of you. Their life is going to in a bad situation, but this can also be because the Tower represents a structure that doesn't really work anymore, and there's a sudden destruction coming to that structure. This can be even the water pipes of your home. Maybe you have been hearing the clinging in the pipes, but you didn't really pay attention. You said, oh, it's nothing, I'll take care of it later. But in your gut, you felt there's something wrong with it. So the Tower moment coming forward is, this can be coming as a warning as well. If you're feeling that there's something needs to be done here, go ahead and do it. Because when the Tower moment happens, you cannot really, like, it is going to take longer to cover from it. So if you consider the Tower moment before it happens, this is going to help you preserve more of your energy and spend it on the things that are really useful, fruitful for you. Okay? How can you connect further this season? Eight of Swords is breaking free from what's tying you down. I want to pull one more here. Two of Pentacles is, okay, it seems like some of you are really working hard this time, okay, to make certain things happen. But this is causing you to feel locked up wherever you are. Maybe at work, you're working not 9 to 5, but 9 to 9. You're working way too much. And like I said here, maybe you're not really getting compensated. And this is causing you to spend too much energy and time in that space and not really separate that extra time for yourself. You're resting and freeing your mind. Eight of Swords is actually mental entrapment. So in order to free your mind, you need to, if you're playing hard, if you're working hard, sorry, you need to play hard as well. Playing hard doesn't mean partying till the sun comes up. It means resting, meditating, going out there, having the ice cream, having a conversation with a person who really boosts your energy. Because some people, I think extroverts, they get energy from conversations. If you're an introvert, you get energy from resting and recuperating, watching your favorite show and the favorite movie series again and again. Mine is actually Hobbit. I started watching it again today. So maybe something like that, okay? That's going to give you, connect you further with the season, which is going to help you create your intentions faster. We have here Five of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. What have you planted will be ready to harvest this season. And I am actually renewing my tarot knowledge, so I started listening to another audiobook. And in the audiobook, it says exactly the same thing that I was saying. These juices are poison. Maybe you are actually feeling sad about something happened in the past, even though you knew better. Eight of Pentacles is knowledge. You knew better. You don't use that expertise. And now you're feeling sad. Okay, I could have just filled this 5 cups fully and used them. But this is basically telling you, when you know better, you do better. Now you know better. Even though you had the knowledge, you didn't have exact knowledge. Now you know better. This wasn't meant for you. You can lift them back up. You can carry them to your castle, cross the bridge. There's water under the bridge. It means that there's actually something better waiting for you. And in order to see that, you need to plant the right seeds at this time. And to plant the seeds of joy. And I feel like the balance too here, if you're creating an off balance situation for yourself, you're feeling so sad about the past but not doing anything for the moment and for the future, this can create an imbalance. Okay, so create a balanced action plan. When it comes to what can you do now to ensure most bountiful harvest, the Fool came forward to get rest. Get rest, and then you're going to set off to a new adventure, okay? You're going to be guided. The sun is shining on your pathway. The mountains are actually, another cold mountains I kept mentioning. This can be even like traveling to a cold place or skiing, going for skiing. This can be an inspirational moment for you to be in that, even if there's such a place left now, like waking up early in the middle of the night in that quiet moment, okay? Watching that quiet sky and stars in the sky. So that is going to inspire you to take collect your beautiful harvest and take inspired action. Another thing I see here, Six of Pentacles, which is what changes should be preparing for. This is going to be an equal exchange energy, I told you. And Six of Pentacles, also the Pentacle energy, equal exchange with the scales right here. This is not only going to be emotional satisfaction, there's going to also be material satisfaction. When this energy shows up, when this relation shows up, you're going to feel the exchange is going to be equal. Okay. And for some of you, that's why I feel like it can be at work, that what you put out is what you get back. That's why we have the material things. But this is going to also bring you joy and inspiration into your life. What must you shed in order to preserve your energy? The Tower is said because there's new love coming in, new love, new relationship, new friendship, something that is going to be fulfilling you emotionally. It is going to like shine bright, bring peace into your life. Plus is the positivity. So if there's something crumbling down, you know, be aware of that. This can even be letting go of what's crumbling down. Maybe there's a relationship that's not really working anymore, but you're trying to keep it alive. You're trying to pour all your energy into it to make you keep it alive. This is telling you to preserve your energy. Do not spend it on there because there's something better coming forward. How can you connect further? I told you I saw like the Chariot energy. This can be a Cancer coming into your life. And also, how can you connect further? Break free, take care of yourself, have some fun, and that will inspire you. Inspire you to take disciplined action, and ideas will be flowing. This is not going to be forceful action. This is going to be inspired action. Another thing here is this can even remove you out of this mental space, because the Chariot galloping towards a new future, and take you out of there and give you some creative ideas so you can really break free from the thoughts and the circumstances that are holding you back. Okay, let's get into your oracle now. I asked this question here. I have written down. I'm going to read it. What should you cultivate more of to resolve a problem, if you have a specific problem, or find a solution, or understand a certain situation? Let's see. We have one word coming forward. Let's see what's that word for you. Trust. Okay, trust is a strong word, and it doesn't only mean that we trust in what's coming our way. Universe delivers us everything that we trust. So if you trust that something's gonna fail, that will fail. If you trust that something's gonna work out, that will work out. That's why the trust as a word is very important here. So if you would like to see a problem resolved, trust that it is gonna be resolved. If you want to understand a certain situation, why this developed, why this happened, I feel like that happened because you can trust yourself more, that you can really get out of that, or you can really resolve that. Maybe this is a relationship with a person that didn't really work the way you want it to be. Trust that you're going to survive that, and you're going to thrive after that. The Tower moment just tells me that maybe there's a relationship leaving your life and you worked a lot on it and you want to save it. But the thing is, Ace of Cups is telling me do not even spend a moment, because trust that there's something better is waiting for you. Now, know yourself and you will know the world. Trust in yourself, your ability to create amazing things, okay? And so when you rely on your true self, you're actually relying on the universe. It's the highest, biggest safety net ever synthesized. What you can do here is that in the yogic tradition, mudras are hand gestures believed to invoke certain energy in one's being, like this one, I think like this, something like this one. You can look them up and you can use them to open up your energy centers. And also you can practice, compose a letter to the universe, truth, your higher self, creator of all that is, and directly ask questions you're currently stuck on. Then imagine the universe giving you the answers, or write through you. This is actually called channeled writing, in which the answers can come through. You can even see in your hand the writing that is changing somebody else's writing, which is like a divine direction coming forward. And trust the answers are coming are objective, okay? They're not subjective. Alternatively, you could ask to receive answers in a dream, and that will come forward as well. It's like a magical way to receive answers for yourself. Let's get your further guidance and affirmations for this timeline, what you need to know. We have, I choose to transform my life, of course, resolving past issues with strength, courage, and willpower. And I feel like here, you only need to feel the courage and the willpower, and knowing, trusting that it is already transforming for something better. If, like I said, something doesn't work, maybe figure it out. And if you can like fix it now, go ahead and try. But the thing is though, everything is looking perfect. Even though in the background there's something negative showing up, it is turning around to something positive, something powerful. All you need to do is just resolve past issues with strength, courage, and willpower. Okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. I would like to thank you for joining me, and I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hey, beautiful. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.